reminded of a story. It's not so much a story as just a rehashing of some recent events. But a good friend of mine had an opportunity to go on a trip with another friend they hadn't seen in a real long time. And before the trip, they reached out and asked my opinion and advice on something. And at the time, I didn't really have much advice, but their dilemma was this is someone that they would have fun with, but they have a history of things just going wrong directions, or there was a concern. And so the best answer I had for her was just, I don't know, just follow your heart. And I guess my answer's still the same, but with a little more guidance and understanding now. And thinking through that. Because the next day, or the day after she arrived at her destination, because this trip was planned very quickly, like literally it happened. And so her initial concern, she was asking me initially if she got down there and had to get home, would I be able to, even like help if she needed a ticket. And of course I'm not in a position to do that. So I told her I wasn't. But she went anyways, right? And so that's the insight is things did go south, and luckily she had a relative that was able to help her get home, and because it was just a situation that she didn't want to put herself in, sometimes it's like, you just got to bear with it, right? But other times it's like for your own safety and boundaries and all those kinds of things, you have to like remove yourself from a situation. And so I really do applaud her for figuring that out and dealing with it. But I think the insight for me was in doing something and ever planning to do something, there's all kinds of ways it can go. Things can all line up, and just like miraculously, like we've experienced these things. It's like crazy how everything just lined up, and there's no freaking way you could have planned everything to have gone so perfectly. And you would never have even like desired that, because you just never thought it would be possible. So that can happen. And then the alternative is like things can go really south. And probably neither one of those scenarios is how it's going to go, right? But those are two of the options, of the extremes. Or maybe that's how it always goes. I don't know. Perfectly imperfect. But I think my insight here, and this is taking me a long time to say it, is just in recognizing and recognition that things will go south. And so the question to ask yourself is, knowing that they will go south, would you do it anyways? Knowing that things will go south. Would you do it anyways? And, yeah. And I think when you do that, you take that going south power away, that fear that it has. And it's just a recognition that that's part of your decision. And so, and it doesn't mean that you always decide to do things that will go south. It means that you'll do the things that you're willing to go south for. If that makes any sense whatsoever. In other words, it's like you're willing to go through something really hard because of something else that you feel has value and is worth it to you. And at some level, maybe they're both freaking connected. Yeah. I don't know. I think in maybe playing some of those things out in our heads, sometimes maybe we, can accept the hardship because we know what comes with it. And maybe it makes it a little less hard. Yeah.